Good morning, guys. So today we're going to officially start our chemistry units. We're going to begin with classification of matter, which means that we've already completed unit 0, which was everything we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. And you will have a short assessment of that Friday, September 4th. Okay, so let's begin. Today we're going to talk about how would you describe matter. So in science, you would describe matter by classifying it as a physical change or property or a chemical change or chemical property. A physical property is the characteristics of a substance that can be observed without changing its identity. It can be used to separate mixtures. For example, we have magnetism and density. Now, when we talk about physical change, it's a change in the form of a substance without changing its identity. So the properties will remain the same. It is reversible. And here we have an example of an ice cube. Think about if you would do like the old days. I don't know if some of you still have it in your house. I still have some. Like the ice trays that you fill up with water. So the water is in the liquid state, right? And after a couple of hours, it will become a solid. That will be a physical change because it's still water. It's just that it was in the liquid state and now it's in the solid state. Same thing when the ice cube is melting. It's going from the solid state back to the liquid state. So it'll be a physical change. We can also use physical changes to separate mixtures. And examples of those are dissolving and grinding. Now, next we have chemical change. If that is a change in the identity of a substance. So the properties will change. It is not reversible, so you can't go back to the original state. And the sign that a chemical change has happened is color change, formation of a gas or solid, and the release of light and heat. So if at your house you have a Ziploc bag, vinegar, and baking soda, you can combine the baking soda with vinegar inside that bag and sip it right away and observe the changes that happen. You will see some things that are being released, touch the bag, everything. If you do it, let me know how it went. Here we have an example of rusting in the picture. So we have a nail in its original state, and then after a while, when it's rusted, you see a change in color, right? And if you're familiar with rusting, you know that there's nothing that can undo that. And then chemical properties, that is a characteristic that indicates whether a substance can undergo a specific chemical change. For example, flammability and reactivity. So here we have an example of a fire. So if you have a solution, and you always have to be careful and read, is it flammable? Because it is, you should not play with it around fire because then you might have a boom, crazy fire explosion. So we've concluded today's lesson review of what physical change, physical property, chemical change, and chemical property are. Now I need you to go back to Canvas and you're going to complete a worksheet about what you've learned today. See you guys tomorrow. This will be the worksheet that you guys are going to be doing.